الآن يأتي رجل ما أدري سمعتوا لو ما سمعتوا في أول محرم مفتي الديار السعودية الشيخ عبد العزيز آل الشيخ في قناة المجد يصرح أن بيعة يزيد كانت بيعة شرعية أخذها أبوه في حياته، وأن الحسين غرر به، ومن قام ضد يزيد كان مخطئا.
I have reasons to believe the Grand Mufti of Saudi Arabia is Dajjal. Dajjal is prophesied as the antichrist in Islam by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Dajjal will be a false messiah sitting on a throne in Israel. Dajjal has a bulging eye, blind in his right, similar to green glass, and moving. The Grand Mufti has great rule and power over Islamic law. He has instilled fatwas such as girls being able to be married by age 10, and it is permissible to eat one's wife when in a dire hunger situation. The Grand Mufti also ordered that all churches in the Arab Peninsula to be destroyed. His fatwas and teachings go against Hadith and Quran. He says Hassan and Hussein, peace and blessings be upon them, should have pledged allegiance to Umar's son, Yazid. Other than physically completely matching the description of a Dajjal, it's also obvious through his teachings, fatwas, and rulings, and connections to Israel and the Pope, that this man might quite possibly be a Dajjal.
The Prophet ﷺ described Dajjal in very precise terms. Remember, we have some people who say Dajjal is the television. Is the television. Because we have this idea that Dajjal is like a cyclops, one big eye in the middle of his head. And I think we've seen some things on Facebook and circulated of a child born in so-and-so with a big eye in the middle of his head. And a few months back, I remember seeing it. That circulates every so often. Once a year, twice a year, it comes out. This idea of the one big eye. So they say, well, that's the television, looking at you, feeding you. However, the Prophet ﷺ, he described him as being blind in the right eye. He has both a right eye and a left eye. He sees through the left, and he is blind in the right. So it's not the television. End of story. And he said that the right eye will be like a floating grape, shaking while in the socket. The left eye will also be defective, not blind, but defective, having a thick film which will give it the look of green glass, and it will be bulging. It will bulge. Furthermore, the Prophet ﷺ described his complexion as being ruddy white. Ruddy white means white to the point of redness. The people of Finland, the northern areas of Europe, you'll find them having this complexion, white with redness in it. They call it ruddy white. His forehead will be prominent and his neck wide. You'll not have a neck and then head, it will be a wide neck. And he will be short and stout with a powerful build. And his back will be slightly hunched. Those people, the big bodybuilders and that, you see them there, back stud. Be looking something like that. Some people said it looked like Mike Tyson. Anyway, his feet will be set apart. All the muscles and everything else, you know, and he will have a lot of curly hair, like a particular individual. So it's not a nation, it's not the television, it's not the internet. Disbelief, the Prophet ﷺ said, would be written between his two eyes, which will be recognizable by both those who are literate and those who are illiterate.